Today's Baldurs Gate 3 guide is all about the best support build. Now this is the Act 1 edition. I will be covering levels 1 through 7, giving you all of the best in-slot items found in Act 1. And what is a support character? It is more than just a healer. This support character will give you the best possible heals. It is the face of the party. That means it does all the talking, it does all of the perception checks, it passes all the rolls, it's basically your main character. I do recommend that you make your Tav your custom character as this class, as the only other story character that would be good at this is Astarion, except Astarion is way better as a DPS and a rogue than he is a healer, but yes, I highly recommend you make your character this build. Though it doesn't hurt to have, if you have a favorite story character, it's okay to make them do it. If you want Shadowheart to be this character, that's fine. You'll just have to make a few changes. We'll talk about that later. This character has a very decent damage in melee and in range. I'm going to show that off later. It's a summoning character, especially by the time we reach Act 3. You're going to have just an army of minions that are just extra health, extra meat shields, extra damage. There's no reason not to make this a summoner. It just works so well. It's impossible to kill. Even on honor mode, like, I can just walk straight into the Githyanki patrol, and they cannot kill me. They just can't. It's good at everything. Its ability scores are really high. I'm going to show off all of this in just a bit before we get to the build. It is the #1 most recommended build for honor mode, and also, if you like D&D, you can kind of follow this build for that, though it's not as effective because D&D doesn't have all these overpowered items. This character is useful in any and all situations in the entire game. Let me go over each of these now and show you just how crazy this is. Now, for healing at level 11, which is not covered in this guide, you will be able to cast a single target spell that heals for 70 hit points. But at level 6, as early as level 6, you can unlock the Potion of Supreme Healing, which, when thrown, can AoE heal your friends for a huge amount. Alright, so that was 48, 46, plus 2, plus 2. And now, if we were to heal ourselves, we will always heal for 60 plus the bonuses. So, we have 60 plus 3. So, I am healing 7 less hit points than a level 11 cleric. That's insane, and I have infinite amount of these potions, and I will show you how to do that later in the video. Now, as far as being the face of the party, look at these ability scores. 27 strength, 18 dex, 16 con, 17 intelligence, 16 wisdom, and this can be raised. 18 charisma, and this gets to be raised as the game progresses. So, we're a growing boy. And let me show you just how crazy this is. Look at our proficiency bonuses here. We are good at everything. Athletics, acrobatics, sleight of hand, stealth. Arcana and history are a little weak right now. Investigation a little weak. That's fine. It's still good enough. I have a whole video that shows every single count of every single skill check and roll in the whole game, and believe me, there's very few acrobatic checks in the whole game. Wisdom, we're +8 on everything except survival. We are +4 on deception and intimidation, but persuasion, the big one, +9. Again, these can grow even bigger. Plus, like, this character is he's just good at everything, right? And look at look at this, +8 to strength checks, +4 to dex checks, +3 to con checks, +3 to intelligence checks, +3 to wisdom checks, +10 saving throws. That's what I should be looking. +10 to saving throws, +10 to saving throws, 9 to saving throws, 9 to saving throws, 10 to saving throws, 14 to saving throws. This character is not getting debuffed. This character is not getting feared. Nothing is touching this character. He's completely immune in combat. It is wild how good he is at everything. Now, as far as damage goes, this is not a beefy DPS dealer, but he does deal good damage, as you can see here. Just shooting at a zombie, that's a 14 hit. That is a, what is that, a 21? You know, these are just regular hits, all 95% chance to hit, 19 there. Now, let me just compare this to Lae'zel with her ultimate weapon, who is Pure Fighter. Her weapon, Silver Sword of the Astral Plane, look at that beefy damage. And when we hit with her, yeah, it's going to hit a little harder. That was, what was that? Was that 29? It was kind of hard to see. And yeah, that's 30. So this healer is hitting, not quite as hard as Lae'zel. And that was from range, but his melee is also very good. Alright, even with melee attacks, which, can I switch over, please? There we go. Even with melee, that's 15. 16. It's not bad. It's decent damage, but remember, this character acts as a summoner who's got a Quasit, he's got a skeleton, he's got spirit weapons, he's got spirit guardians, he's got, there's another one, not that one, not Beacon of Hope. Oh, I forget the spell right now, but there's another thing you can summon that's kind of like a turret. And when enemies walk in range, they just get slapped around. It's brutal. And this character is just impossible to kill. Right now we have an armor class of 23, and this could go higher if we wanted to. But this is more than enough for all of Act 1, all of Act 2. But there's even more defensives. We have Death Ward, which means if we die, for whatever reason, which we're not, but if we did, we come back to life. And we have another ability called Survival Instinct, which we can cast. And for the next 3 turns, I believe, yes, 3 turns, if we die, we come back. We have every heal that we do to ourselves will always heal the maximum amount. So like this potion, 4 to 10, it will always heal 10, and then plus 3 and give us 3 temporary HP. I almost said overhealing. I'm thinking of MMORPGs. This shield here, when we drop below 50% life, it's basically 8 temp hit points. We also can helmet swap to a helmet that heals us an additional 1 to 6, except it will always be 6 hit points, so let's chug that potion again. Now it heals for 10 plus 3, that's 13, and, well, the helmet didn't work for the healing, but if we cast a healing spell like this, there we go, and look at all the healing, the bonus healing that we just get from that. And when we heal, we're blessed, so we have a 1d4 on attack and saving throws. It's crazy. This character does not die. I also forgot to mention the 2 just damage mitigation and the warding bond. We'll talk about that later. But for now, let's get to leveling. This character will be respec'd around the time you get to the Githyanki Kresh after acquiring a certain item, which will change your build by a substantial amount. But for now, when you start the game, this is what I want you to pick, and I'm going to tell you why. The reason that you're going a high elf is for the friendship cantrip. Now, I would not pick this in honor mode because it fails and it really messes up some dialogues. So instead, for honor mode players, you should go wood elf for the extra movement speed. It doesn't matter though, we're going to be hyper mobile anyway, which I forgot to mention. So this is a cleric start. You're going to start with Sacred Flame, Light, and Guidance as your cantrips. Your subdomain is life. Your deity does not matter, but if you pick Elistray, it's a free... Oh, hold on. It's a free skill check pass in Act 1. So there is a sword and a stone that you will get to at one point. And yeah, there's a way you can just bleed on it by having someone attack you. Or you can just pick Elistray as your deity, and then you can just pick up the sword for free. The only other things that matter, like Saloon, if you pick Saloon, you and Shadowheart have some banter. Everything is just dialogue choices. I have data mined the game files, and Elistray is the only one that gives you, like, a freebie. Alright, so pick that as your deity. You can always change it later, and it's also roleplay friendly for the character we're playing. For background, you want Guild Artisan. This will give you the most inspiration through Act 1, and that means the most XP gain. So here are your stats. Plus 15 to Strength, plus 10 to Dex, 12 to Con, 8 Int, 16 Wisdom, and 14 Charisma. This will change later. At level 4, you're going to pick Thaumaturgy as your cantrip, and then you're going to pick Heavy Armor Master as your feat, which will reduce damage taken. And at this point, you won't have this armor, which I'm going to talk about here later, but it does definitely help during some of the harder Act 1 fights. And again, we're respecing, so we're not keeping this. So once you reach the Kresh and you buy the Dexterity Gloves, which I'll cover later, you're going to respec your character into the following stats. 8 Strength, 8 Dexterity, 15 Constitution, and you should be level 6 around this time, or level 7. 8 Intelligence, 16 Wisdom, and 17 Charisma. You're going to go with the feat Ability Improvement for 1 point into Constitution and 1 point into Charisma. And the reason why we get those numbers even is so that your proficiency score increases. Now I'm going to go over gear, and then the rest of the video will be how to get this gear in the best, most efficient order for Act 1. So let's start with the helmet, because we have a few helmets to cover. The first one is Warped Headband of Intellect. Increases your intelligence by 17, because our character has a base stat of 8, so we want this for skill checks and dialogues and other things. But if we are in a very tough fight, we helmet swap to Wapira's Crown, so that anytime we heal anyone else, we receive 6 health. And we will always receive 6 HP, because we have the Periapt of Wound Closure, which means we maximize the number of hit points restored. This only works for ourselves. This only works for our healer. This does not maximize the hit points restored towards other characters. For armor, we're using the Adamantine Splint armor for a few reasons. We can't be crit. We reduce damage by 2, which stacks with Warding Bond and other buffs. And if someone does manage to hit us, they start reeling, which is really nice because it has a negative penalty to attack rolls, which means they're not going to hit us anymore if they do manage to hit us, giving us time to recover and heal. So, next up is the Gloves of Dexterity, setting our Dexterity to 18. Again, this helps with skill checks, this helps with combat. Then we have the Boots of Aid and Comfort, which is 3 temp hit points on anything we heal. It's basically like an overshield of sorts. It's an oh man, Overwatch really suffered. Now we have a few weapon swaps here. We have the Phalar Aluve. This is the sword in the stone that if you pick Elistray as your deity, you get for free. You don't have to pass a skill check. Now, this thing is really nice because it can sing, and when it is singing, it will give you 1d4. It's basically Bless, but in AoE. You can also make it Shriek, where enemies take thunder damage, and they have -1 to attack rolls. Like, if you're surrounded by enemies, I don't know why your healer would be surrounded. He's a backliner, but if he is, debuff everybody. If not, just kind of get in between your party members and have the sword sing, and everyone has a higher chance to hit. Then we have the Glowing Shield, which, again, this is just 2 extra armor. It's free. If you get reduced below 50% hit points, you basically heal 8 health. It's 8 temp hit points, so it's just really nice. That'll stay on your character when you heal your next turn. So it's just like a free buff. Let them beat you down a bit, and then, hey, look, I have more HP than before. Titanstring Bow. This stacks with your strength modifier for more damage. For your elixir buff is Elixir of Cloud Giant Strength. I will show you how to get this as early as level 6, an infinite supply of them in just a bit. But this makes your strength raise to 27. Now, some people will tell you to throw this on the ground so it buffs multiple party members. Don't do that. I believe there was a patch where it only makes it last 10 turns if you do that. You need to consume this so it lasts the entire day until long rest. This is where a lot of damage comes from. Also, I forgot to mention this sword, Phalar Aluve, is a finesse weapon. It's one of the 3 or 4 long swords in the game that work as a finesse weapon. What does that mean? A finesse weapon means that it takes either strength or dexterity, whichever one is higher, and that's where you get your damage from. Awesome. Also, this character is musically talented because you talk to the little tiefling girl in the Emerald Grove and you can become musically talented. And so you get the Spider's Lyre. You can get this from Minthara. You don't have to kill her. You can just beat her up and take it. Just knock her out. Now, next up is Ring of Salving. This just helps you restore 2 extra HP, which is significant in Act 1, but by the time we reach Act 3, this ring is trash and garbage. 2 health is 2% of your health pool at level 12, okay? But in Act 1, it's a huge chunk, and you get this super early. It's like 10% additional healing power early on. That's why we use it. There's really nothing better to put on that doesn't serve your other party members. And then we have the Whispering Promise, which is anytime you heal anything, everyone gets blessed for 2 turns. I want you to look at my buff bars on the left here. So when I do an AoE heal, area of effect heal, now everyone has this bless, 1d4 to attack rolls and saving throws. This means they are more likely to land attacks and not get debuffed. And now for weapon swaps, we have the Defender Flail. So when your sword, you can only sing it once per short rest. If you're out of short rests for whatever reason, you can switch to the Defender Flail, and this will give you a +1 armor class. It's just free defense, because your healer, you don't want your healer to die. It's decent damage. It is, there's no reason not to use it over the sword when the sword is exhausted. Finally, if you feel like the Elixir of Cloud Giant Strength is cheating for whatever reason, then you can use Club of Hill Giant Strength to set your strength to 19. And this will still make your bow shoot incredibly dangerously. Like, let's put on the Club of Hill Giant Strength, which I have 21 at the moment because I have another elixir rolling. Let's see, Elixir Vigilance. We'll just do this. There we go. Now I'm at 19 strength. So I can show you our damage. It won't be as high because we're using the club for melee. But, okay, that was a crit, so that just instantly kills the zombie. And we can infinitely summon the zombie, by the way. We are a necromancer at heart. So there we go. We hit for 10, and I missed. And then we hit for 16 there. And so we're still hitting pretty decently hard, just not as hard as with the Cloud Giant Elixir. Before we get to the items, again, we're going... I know I showed the items, I'm going to show you where we get them, but let's talk about Permabuffs. We got Sylvanas' Blessing. This is just nature and animal handling, not very important. I'll talk about camp caster buffs in a bit. Our cleric does not cast these spells. We do not cast Warding Bond. We have a character in camp for that. Alright, so we can see invisibility all of the time. We are awakened, which means we can use Illithid Powers as a bonus action, which is insane for your support healer character. We have Forbidden Knowledge. That's a +1 bonus to Wisdom saving throws and ability checks. Really, really good for passing those rolls. We have a bunch of other stuff too. We have Volo Ezrat's Eye. That's the invisibility seeing. And if you wanted to use, Auntie Ethel's hair on yourself, you could. But I'm saving it for Minthara whenever I get to Act 2. Give her a little treat. She's hungry. She's been in jail. So here's the gear route. If you're experienced at this game, you can simply just look at what I've got listed, go grab these in the order they're listed, and you're good to go. That's the guide in the video. For everyone else, I'm going to show you the most efficient way to do it to get these items. And let's scroll down a bit here. And yeah, there we go. That is all of the items. It's quite a bit for Act 1, but you definitely want your healer stacked for all of these things. Now, before we get to the gear route, I do need to show you all those other tips and tricks real quick. For permabuffs and summons, it would be way too long of a video to actually put it in this one, but I have made a video just for that, and here's how you're going to find it. So, this is the video, this is what it looks like. It's actually my most popular Baldurs Gate video. Yay! Over 5,000 views. And what you're going to do is click the description, and down here are the timestamps. Just click the timestamps. And to find this video, instead of digging through my channel, just scroll down and you'll see it under the tips and tricks section of every permabuff in Act 1, and you just click this link. This is in every one of my videos. And just so that we're good, these are the timestamps that you're going to need to look at that video for everything that we're going to cover, which includes how to get Scratch as a summon, how to get Shovel, Music Proficiency, Idol of Sylvanas, See Invisibility, Forbidden Knowledge, Survival Instinct, the Hag's Hair, and the Zombie Summon, the Illithid passive, Awakened. There you go. And no, this isn't some ploy to get you to watch more of my videos. Look, I make the videos for myself so that in 10 years, I don't forget everything and I have to learn the game all over again. So this is just me reminding my future self in 10 years, if I'm even alive, how to figure this stuff out. Next up is camp casting. So we have characters in camp that will buff our characters throughout Act 1 and throughout the whole game. This video will teach you exactly how to do that. And again, just open the description. I have everything chaptered for you. And here are the notable times for the buffs that I will have you cast on your cleric that you'll be using in your adventuring party. So again, you'll have to check out that video to learn how that works. Basically, we have Gale, who is an immortal god in the camp that heals himself and restores his own spell slots. So he can buff the whole party with every manner of everything. And finally, as soon as you hit level 6, I want you to follow this video, Advanced Potion Crafting Made Easy. This will teach you how to get the Elixir of Cloud Giant Strength, the best healing potion in the game, all of the best elixirs and potions in the game, because as a healer, you want, there is no beating that potion. It's an AoE, you can throw it on the ground and splash heal everybody. You're going to want a bunch of those 27 to strength elixirs. It absolutely trivializes the game and fully awakens the potential of this build. You have to check this one out. There's no timestamps. It's just it just teaches you how to make an alchemist and how to reset the vendor's inventory. If you already know how to do that, great. And now on to the item guide and how and where to get all the items. So at the very start of the game, you're going to do the Nautiloid. The Nautiloid will crash or whatever. You're going to wash up on the beach. You're going to go north. It's really the only way you can go. And up here is the Emerald Grove. Now, I am selecting the wrong character here. So, in the Emerald Grove, there is a gate here where there's a big goblin, bloody goblin fight. And then you're going to go through the door, and you'll be at the Emerald Grove. And from here, you're going to proceed north, curving around east, and going down these stairs. Alright, skip the dialogue. There we go. I didn't want to talk to these people, whatever. Skip the dialogue here. There we go. And then here is Volo. He's straight ahead talking to a bear. He's the bard looking dude in the blue. You're going to talk to him, and then click the trade button. Please ignore the animations. And here, you'll get the Whispering Promise. It's only 84 gold. You should be able to afford it. Next up is the Glowing Shield, which is in the Goblin Camp. I'm going to show you the fastest, easiest way to get to the Goblin Camp, which also unlocks Withers automatically without doing that silly dungeon. And from the Emerald Grove, I'm going to take the Emerald Grove Environs Waypoint, which you should have unlocked by now. And we are going to travel west. Here we go, we're traveling west. Here's the big bloody goblin fight. Again, we're going to continue west down the road here. Continuing west across the bridge. We're not going to go into the Blighted Village. There we go, there's some people. Once we get to the Blighted Village doorway here, this little arch, we're going to curve around north. We're going north now. Here we are. Also, there's Scratch. If you watch that video, you'll know how to recruit him. We're going to jump across the river here. Once we've jumped across, we're going to head west, you know, along the stream here. There we go, traveling west, under the bridge. And then once we get to the end, there is a cragged rock. We can climb up north. We're going to go north, hugging the west side here. Continuing west, there's going to be a signpost here. We're going to walk up and grab this waypoint. There we go. This is the Walking's Rest waypoint. We're going to continue. And don't worry, yes, there is a burning building in here, but we have not walked close enough to activate that. It will not mess anything up story-wise to do this. All right? Continue along west, and you're going to get a cutscene of Githyanki killing people. My kin! Anyway, so you're going to now curve around south, and there's a little gap to jump here. You'll need a character with high strength. I recommend Lae'zel. That's why I have her. And then you're going to continue south, and now we're at the Goblin Camp. By clicking right here, you'll trigger a cutscene, which will unlock Withers. There we go. Cutscene happens. Stuff happens. And now we have Withers. Also, you'll get Shadowheart if you don't have her already. So we're just going to jump down now. There we go. And you can climb down safely. There's some stairs here and some vines if you want. That's fine. Alright, there we go. And then we're going to go east and get the waypoint. We're going to go up behind Crusher here, going up the ladder. Cool stuff. We're going to go up this cragged rock. And then we're going to jump down behind this chest here. There we go. And then smash it open or lockpick it, whatever you prefer. I'm just going to smash it. And then there is the glowing shield. Ta-da! Pretty easy to get. Now it's time to get the Boots of Aid and Comfort. This one's pretty easy. We're going to warp back to that Goblin Camp waypoint, and then we're going to go south. And here is Grath the Trader. Look at his animations. It's all sped up. Alright, and then here we go. Boots of Aid and Comfort for 147 gold. Pretty easy. Get moving. To get the Club of Hill Giant Strength, we're going to go into the Goblin main area here that is up north. And this is a different save file. You'll have to pass a check here. Just Illithid Wisdom it, and you're good. Moving forward, this is True Soul Guts room. I keep calling her Priestess Gut. I don't know why. And from here, you'll go west. And instead of opening this door, because it angers the NPCs, we'll just hop across the gap here, which even Astarion can do. And we're going to go through the Priestess Quarters entrance. From here, you're going to curve around south and then east. There is an ogre you'll have to fight here, or persuade. It's easier to just kill her. And then curving around, you're going to get into this room, and this is a puzzle room, which I will... Hello, game. Let me walk down there, please. You're going to have to move these floor tiles. I'm going to give you the solution real quick. So here is the solution to the floor puzzle, and I'm just going to keep this on screen for a few more seconds. This should be pretty easy to follow. Essentially, angle your camera facing north, and then look at your compass in the top right, and then you would spin the south disc 3 times. The goal is to make all of the black circles on the southernmost stone disc. Or you can use a lockpick character, which this is why I have Astarion, and use this lever right here on the eastern wall. You can lockpick that, opening this door, which will then lead you down this ladder to the Selunite outpost. From here, you'll march forward. There is a crystal up here you'll need to break, but you want to walk up to the gate first so a Minotaur comes charging. Then break the crystal after the Minotaur is dead. Use this lever to open the gate. And, well, you don't even need to really go that way. But, essentially, what you're going to do from here, this is what it looks like, is you're going to get the waypoint. on the eastern wall here. Once you've gotten the waypoint, climb out the western window. From the western window, there are 2 very difficult fights. And this save file, it's already cleared, but if you go up here, there is a spectator fight with some drow. I smashed the statues before fighting it. Here's what the monster is. This is the spectator. Really big, ugly dude with teeth and eyes. Yum, yum. From here, you're going to go west, and then you're going to climb down the cragged rock here, where I have all these beautiful characters waiting. Hello, game, stop climbing up and down. And as you proceed west, you're going to fight the Boulette, I think is what it's called. And so, yeah, here's the Boulette. It's this big monster here. It's pretty easy to kill. It's a tank and spank. Once you've handled the Boulette, you want to take a fast character, and you're going to, again, proceed west down the cragged rock. Here we go. Continuing west, and oh, it's the Boulette again. And we're in the arcane tower area. The game will prompt you into turn-based mode because there is an arcane turret that's about to shoot your face off. So just pop dash and run behind cover. And, well, I guess I wasn't in cover there. It shot me. Boo. Anyway, we're just gonna run up this way. And you'll need to enter turn-based mode to run through these turrets, but I'm impatient. Let's just tank all the shots because why not? It's whatever. I'm making a video. You're going to jump through this window here, and then enter turn-based mode. Because there's a turret that'll shoot you if you don't. You'll walk through this western doorway, and then make sure to shut the door behind you so it doesn't shoot you. Then, you're going to jump down the ledge here. Jump down this ledge. There you go. And you would normally go in this door and grab the herbs for the Illithid quest. If you watched my video that I recommended for permabuffs, you should already be doing that step. But afterwards, you'll go ahead and jump down to the bottom floor. And you want to have a lockpick character for this part. That's, again, that's why I'm using Asterion. You'll lockpick this door open. So let's just go ahead and do that real quick. And look at all these beautiful bonuses. I have a crit success. Very nice. Always a good sign for videos. Go inside. Oh, I actually have to do this because I guess this save file didn't do it. We're going to grab a Susser Bloom. And then we're going to run back in. Here we go. Put the Susser Bloom in the power generator. Which, there we go. That's going to power the elevator. Yay, we did it. Then we're going to go up the stairs. Game, can I cannot move my camera for some reason. Okay, fixed it. And now we're going to go up the stairs. Again, up the stairs. Then we're going to hit the button. Hello, game? There's some... Why can't I click the button? Alright, you're going to click the ascend button 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. And on this floor... Oh, the camera's being real weird. On the southeastern table, there is the Roads to Darkness book, which is I'm having trouble clicking things. Alright, you're going to read The Roads to Darkness. There we go, we clicked on it, and now our character has read it. Now we can go up to the next floor, which... what is going on with my game? It's like glitching out. We're going... I know, I'm normal speed right now. I think that's what's messing it up. And we're going to ascend once more. We're going to then talk to Bernard, and we're going to say... Art thou friend, a rescue from my lonely wake? And then we're going to leave. There we go. And there is a... My camera is completely ruined. There is a stool over here on the northern side. It's really hard to miss, or it's really easy to miss. And you see the stool that's tipped over? Well, we need to grab that. There we go. It's called the Stool of Hill Giant Strength, and we're going to smash it. So smash the stool, and then loot the Club of Hill Giant Strength. Ta-da! Once you're done with the Arcane Tower, you will, from the Underdark Selûnite Outpost, you're going to just head north. It's pretty simple, into the Myconid Colony. And man, I can't stand playing this game slowly. Alright, speed boost. Here we go. And, come on camera, stop glitching out. Now that we're in the Myconid Colony, you're going to go to the east to Blurg, and we're going to talk to him, and there we go. So you're going to just, I've never heard of the Society of Brilliance. I kind of got lost down here. Explain the whole story. And then this guy shows up, and then you're going to be his friend. Relax and let him search your mind. Can you extract the tadpole? That doesn't sound ideal. Tell him about the mind flare. Thanks for all the information. So if you followed the video's instructions, you will have already done this quest. Bypass? What kind of alchemy are we talking about? I think I already have what you're looking for. And then you'd want to drink the potion with your healer, not with Asterion, but whatever, for the sake of the video, who cares? And I don't know if he can pass these rolls. I guess he passed that one, cool. And he passed that one, cool. Alright. He did it, guys. Anyway, skip the dialogue, and then we can now trade with him. The trade window here is open. So now that we can trade with Omelum by doing his quest. Oh wait, this is blurred. We don't want to. We want to trade with Omelum. There we go. We did it. And come on, game, show me the tooltip. What's happening? And again, here we go. So Omelum sells the Ring of Salving. We got it. Once you're done with Omelum, you're going to head northwest. Oh man, I can't stand the slowness. Oh jeez. And over here is Dareth Bone Cloak, another great vendor. This is how we make our level, you know, our in-game potions at level 6, by the way. In case you skipped that video. And talk to her, open a trade, and she has the Amulet of Restoration. Now this amulet, come on, tooltip, can you please work? What the heck is going on with my game? Anyway, this... Ugh. Alright, Amulet of Restoration, here we go, the tooltips work now. So... this is mostly for honor mode, whenever you want to really limit your short and long rests, and you need every source of healing you can get. This just gives you healing word and mass healing word. It's just a nice little swap to have. You don't really need it. It's just, again, nice to have. To get Phalar Aluve, you're going to go from the Selûnite Outpost, and it's pretty simple. It's pretty easy to follow. We're just going to go north out of the outpost here. And then as soon as we can, we're just going to curve around west. And it is stuck right in this stone over here. And remember, if you're Elistray for your deity, this is just free. Otherwise, you can put a character near this and bloody them up, and that'll free the sword. Or you can pass a difficulty 15 skill check.
You recognize your
so
is right.
You can shed a few drops of blood on the stone, because we already know about it. Otherwise, you could try a strength pass, and if you have that Club of Hill Giant Strength, that sets your strength to 19. It's really easy to get. But let's go ahead and just bleed on it. There we go. And we got it, because it's that simple. And now we can make it sing if we want. Which is... yeah, here we go. Sing! Woo! Alright. Well, actually, we made it shriek instead of sing. Oh well. Well, you get the idea. And here's proof that you need to be Elistray, otherwise you don't get this choice at all. Next up is the Titanstring Bow. I almost said Zhentarim. The Zhentarim Bow. So, from Waukeen's Rest, you're going to go east and then north, and there is a bunch of knolls to clear out. And once you've gotten about to this part of the map, there is a couple Zhentarim dudes that are in trouble with a shipment. If you save them, you can then go back to Waukeen's Rest and travel northwest up in here. I'm going to show this part. I don't need to show you where the knolls are. It's pretty obvious, but past the burning building, you go west. And then inside this doorway, you'll tell the guy the password, and then you can go... oh, I forgot. There is a body over here, a little dead little gnome with a key on him. So grab that key first. Then you're going to go down the hatch. And then once you're down the hatch, you're going to click on... there is like a cabinet here in the corner, in the northwest corner. With that key, you'll open a secret hatch. From here, you'll be let into the Zhentarim Outpost as a friend. But because we saved them, we can now have access to a secret vendor. But to get to that secret vendor, first we need to speak to the leader. And I'm just going to jump across his L style. There we go. So we're going to talk to Xeres. And now we get a quest reward, but also the trader down here, his name is Brem, will give us his full inventory. So we're going to talk to Brem.
If you have the gold,
and then we're going to trade, and then we're going to get the Titanstring Bow. This thing is like best in slot for the whole game, so you definitely don't want to skip this. But we don't get its full power until we're level 6. Right now we're level 4. We can't make those Cloud of Giant Strength potions yet. The Adamantine Splint armor is in Grimforge, and I'm going to show you how to get it. Well, you're going to have to show yourself how to get it. Let me explain. I made a video called Monk Tank Build, and yes, this is a female Shadowheart Goku hybrid thing. I don't know. It's so stupid. Anyway, regardless of the thumbnail, it's called the Ultimate Baldurs Gate 3 Monk Tank Build Guide. And you're going to scroll down and you're going to click how to get the Adamantine Splint armor. And yeah, it's like 3 or 4 minutes on how to do it because it's pretty complex. You have to like grab material and beat a boss and forge the armor. This video will show you, this video right here will show you exactly how to get it. I'm just trying to save time on this video because it's already running kind of long. The next one is Wapira's Crown, which I would say this is optional because as of Act 2 and 3, healing 6 health isn't the biggest like benefit. I'd rather just hold 17 in so I don't fail skill checks in combat. But regardless, you're going to warp to the Goblin Camp and then go into the main building. And you're going to kill the Goblin leaders. This is one of the major quests of Act 1, of course. You're going to kill True Soul Gut. Then you're going to continue north and curve around to the east. And what I recommend you do is that you just beat up Minthara. I don't recommend you kill her because if you beat her up, you can recruit her later. So you're going to set your passive to non-lethal and then just down her. And now if you do a long rest, which I did in this save through, you'll have to down her again because she will count as not dead for the quest. Finally, from there, all you got to do is go north again and then kill Dror Ragzlin. Now, by attacking Dror Ragzlin, it sets every goblin on the map to hostile. And you don't have to break down the door, I just feel like doing it. But yeah, you go ahead and you kill Dror Ragzlin. Once you've done all 3, you can claim the reward. Once you have finished the quest and you return to the Emerald Grove, remember, that's where we bloodied up all those goblins outside here and you went through the gate. Then the characters will be ready and waiting. You're going to talk to Zevlor here, and he's going to give you a reward bag, which will contain the helmet. The Warped Headband of Intellect is listed much later, even though you can get this early. It's not necessary early, but from the Goblin Camp, you'll go south across the bridge, and then you'll go east into the Blighted Village. Once you're in the Blighted Village, it is simply a southwest jaunt into this house here. And, well, I guess the save file I already talked to them. But there's 3 ogres here, and you talk to them and you offer them money or persuade them, and to work for you, you'll get Lump's Warhorn. You sound the horn, and then they'll come running to help you in fights. Now, the reason I have this towards the end of the list
Shall we extend our contract?
Is because you want to kill the... I'm sorry, I'm distracted by the game. Whoops, it's too fast for me to... Oh, well, I guess they're fighting. Or yeah, they're doing something. Oh no, they're killing the goblins. Oh no, they're hungry. But what you're going to do is you're going to kill all of them, and Lump the Enlightened here is the one that has the crown. So once you kill him, loot his body. Anyway, here's some dead ogres, and then you loot Lump the Enlightened, which I've already done, and then you put on his Headband of Intellect, and that's why he was so smart in the first place. The Periapt of Wound Closure is in a place that I like to call Act 1.5. So, in order to leave Act 1, you can take the Mountain Pass, or you can go from the Blighted Village, and you're going to travel west. So let's go to Joaquin. I like going from Joaquin's Rest. And we're going to go ahead and just travel west here. And my camera's being weird again. Over here is the Gith Yankee Patrol. You should be strong enough by now to kill these dudes. In this save file, they're already all dead. You're going to proceed west across the bridge, and you're going to go to the Mountain Pass. This counts as a long rest. So have fun with all the stuff that happens. Once you are in Act 1.5, you're going to proceed north and then east a bit. There's a waypoint. And then you're going to curve around down these little stairs. You're going to talk to Lady Esther. Esther. I don't know how to say her name. She's an incredibly based lady. You're going to open a trade with her. And then she has the Periapt of Wound Closure, which I've already bought. But she is the seller. The next items are in the creche itself. So we're going to travel north. And if you pass the skill check for the cable car wheel...
Next time's the charm.
Well, you have to walk it. But we're going to go ahead and travel north. I've already done so. So we're going to take the waypoint. Anyway, the cable car will take you down here. And then you just kind of swing around. And yeah, there you go. Anyway, or you walk down the mountain that is filled with traps and mines and explosives and things that push you off the cliff. Fun times. From here, you're going to go east across the little gap here. And yes, game, you're saving. There's a little cutscene with some gnomes and they get murdered. Oh no, it's so sad. Whatever, who cares? They're cultists anyway, just whatever. Anyway, from here, you're going to go south, and down the rocks we go. Look at us go. Then east. Jump across the gap. There's the chest. Walk across the chest, east, and then go south, down the knotted roots. Oh boy, knotted roots. When you're down here, you're going to jump the gap once again, and there is a hidden passage doorway. Use your favorite lockpicker character to open the door. Get on the floor, everybody, walk the dinosaur. Now, at this point, you want to have Lae'zel in the lead to do the talking, because you're encroaching on Githyanki territory. And if Lae'zel is in your party and in the lead, then you just use a Githyanki choice, 1 or number 2, and they let you in for free. Isn't that swell? They're, you know, Lae'zel, she's really keen with her brethren. Then you're going to talk to Ajak Najira. What a fun name to say. Look at her just flap her gums. You're going to open a trade with her, and then she has the Gloves of Dexterity. She also has the Defender Flail, and some other good stuff for other characters, but go check out my build guides for that. But that gears your healer to the fullest. That's the video. That's the guide. Thank you so much for watching. I have terrible heartburn. Please help. Leave a comment with your favorite treatment for heartburn. It'll confuse people that didn't watch to the end. It's funny to troll people like that. Anyway, one other thing too is Illithid Powers. For your healer, just go with Favorable Beginnings. That's all you need in Act 1 anyway. You could go with Transfuse Health. You won't really need it. It's really rough on your Warding Bond companion to use this, though it is technically better to heal someone by hurting your healer and then healing your healer, because your healer can heal himself much harder than he can heal other people. I know, whatever, but instead, you know, you're wasting 2 turns when you could just use 1 turn, because you have to heal them and then yourself, or you could just heal them for not as much and then you're good to go. Whatever, that's the video. Thank you so much. Here's a kiss on your forehead. Mwah, and leave a like, and if you don't click the video on the right side of the screen right now, then you're going to stub your toe in 2.5 days.